Would you comb your hair with a grenade?
Daryl! What? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Both of you. Let's just move it here.
I just look messy.
No, you don't.
It's all right. It's a messy show.
No! He's watched us.
Gone from RoyalTea to trailer trash. Here we go.
What's up, teammates? Welcome to another episode of RoyalTea. Carrlyn Bath here alongside Kayla Knierim, and I learned who Delilah was since the last time we recorded because it was her birthday or something recently.
Are you serious?
She has since passed away, I think. I should have Googled this. But
Wait, I don't think she has. I Googled her too, I think.
she's still alive?
I believe so. Okay, well, now we have to Google.
Now we have to Google.
I went back and found YouTube clips of her, and I totally listened to her, like, in the car at night, maybe coming back from ballet.
Okay.
Her voice is so soothing.
It was so soothing. I'd never heard of her.
But you know who she is now.
Now I know who she is, and was just like so stoked. Hold on, she is still alive. She is not dead.
Thank goodness.
At all. I feel horrible. No, she's 65. Wait, it says born February 15th.
Why is that funny?
Because I thought I saw something that said it was her birthday.
There was something that came out recently about her, maybe.
Something.
Well, I also sent you a YouTube clip of her.
Yes, and before that, I saw something that was like celebrating Delilah, and I'm like, must have been her birthday.
We're just wishing her happy birthday early.
Well, okay. You know,
Also, the one in Sleepless in Seattle was Dr. Marcia Fieldstone.
there we go. We cleared up a lot of things that we were unsure about on the last episode, and we'll clear it up again on the next one, what we were actually celebrating. But cheers to Delilah. Cheers to us.
She needs a
being back.
podcast.
Yeah, she honestly,
Maybe she has one. We should Google that too.
I want to know more about her because I'm invested now.
Yeah.
I'm so
She was
invested.
just so calm and soothing.
Yeah.
And I loved her.
Yeah.
I listened to her growing up.
Meanwhile, here we are, high octane, living on grape flavored
Carlyn's
energy
drinking
drinks.
gasoline
Literally gasoline. Went for a Celsius today. Got a Ghost.
that has apparently Welch's grape juice in it.
Branded, like straight up Welch's grape
I'm
juice
sure
on
it's
the can.
super good for you.
For all the listeners out there, that's my Ghost can.
ASMR.
Totally. Kayla, we have such a fun guest on today's episode. Before we get into any of that, I'm so excited for people to hear what he has to say just because it was, oh my gosh.
Story
he's
time.
my favorite person in the world. Looking at this last week of games, we're about to leave on a road trip.
Yes.
So when this comes out, we will already be on the road, but we just played the Rangers last night. We had a tough go. We had a tough stretch.
It was a rough week.
It was a rough week of hockey, and I think people do realize, but for people that don't, it gets hard on all of our jobs, no matter what you do, when the team isn't doing well. And it's so hard to describe that to people because you in the arena have to be their biggest cheerleader.
Yep.
You're literally the ultimate super fan, getting all of the fans hyped up. We've got to talk about them on the broadcast and
Find new angles.
and knowing these people personally too. It becomes
Yeah.
difficult to also expose things or say things that we don't feel is fair or that we maybe know that someone's going through something, or we see speculation on, oh, this person's still out, or oh, they went away again, and say if we know the real reason, we can't say. So it's a lot to juggle and it can weigh heavy on you. All that to say, great win against the Rangers last night, and I feel like we came out of it. But like it has been at points really tough this season. And I'll say this: we did a media availability, the practice before the Rangers game, and Alex Turcotte talked to us, and I was like, "What, if any, experience can you rely on to attack kind of what's happened this season? Like, how can you pull from that experience, maybe with the rain, anywhere you've previously played, to kind of get through what's happening this season?" And he was the most honest I think I've ever heard him. And he was like, "Nobody's coming to save us." And I was like, wait, what? That's the best way to put it. He's like, nobody's coming to save us. We have to get ourselves through this ourselves. So,
and that's the self-awareness you want from your team.
Totally. And so I think I understand when people are buying tickets and they're coming to games and they're devoting their time to watch the broadcast and they want to win every game. We want to win every game too. That would be great. You want
The team wants to win every game,
You
too.
want to see
Yeah.
it win in every game in the home building as well, which you almost did last season.
Yes.
That was crazy. It was such a good home record, but it's just difficult, and I want to empathize with everybody, but I also want to remind people that they know that. And I know, like, it's so hard not to, like, scream on your rooftops and be like, what is happening? Like, they're also thinking that when they are going through stuff like this. So all that to say, I don't know why winning that game and starting the road trip soon just feels like all right, we're a new group.
Putting that week behind us.
And you want to know why? Because I feel like the Harmoniqueens came through. Straight up.
Okay.
Tell me about your night, girl, because I love them.
I've taken notes,
'Kay.
and the Harmoniqueens are on here. We do so well with them in the building. What is that?
I don't know.
Also,
Who does so well?
Kuzy.
Dude! Andre
Kuzmenko. First of all, we have to shout out Ryan.
Absolutely.
Producer, videographer. What else does he do?
Everything.
Everything. Ryan. He does a lot of our clips.
Yep.
The clips that you see that are super fun and creative. He's the one that realized
Found the
this
stat
that Kuzy has scored in all 5 games that the Harmoniqueens have performed the national anthem at.
Insane.
Crazy. And then he put a compilation of all of those goals together.
Yes.
In a matter of like an hour.
Insane.
During the game last night. And then they put it out in the same night. That's so hard to do.
So hard.
I don't think people realize.
Not even put out in the same night. Put out before we packed our bags and left the building.
We were still at the arena when it was out.
Yes.
Yes.
The turnaround times and the efforts that go into these things, it takes time, thought, energy, collaboration, exporting. If you tried to export something from Adobe Premiere on a slow computer and then tried to upload it anywhere with bad internet, throw that variable
Nightmare.
into it. Oh my God, a nightmare. It's nightmare fuel.
Going back to Kuzy really quick.
Go back.
He also went viral for his reaction
Oh my God, Kayla.
during the anthem, which he's done every time. The first time it happened, like, this guy's from Russia. Like, and he was just so confused and perplexed by the harmonica anthem. And his face was so funny.
I think we were all perplexed.
We were all a little perplexed the first time.
in the best way.
In the best way. And then they come back for playoffs. But every single time, he's made the same face. And last night, we knew the camera was going to go to him. They're like, go to Kuzy. So I, like, purposely had my phone out ready for it. And he's like, and then sees the camera on him immediately, like, trying not to laugh, like, look forward.
But, like, hold his mouth together, like, and he has these dimples, so, like, you can see the dimples are activated. He's just like,
so just like, I don't know.
I can't take it.
It's so good. He just has the happiest face, and then it's on SportsCenter, goes viral.
Of course.
Yeah.
Then he reposted
it on his story.
and had the laughing, crying emoji. So the players see the
Oh my
content
gosh.
too, and they know it's fire. Okay.
It is my favorite duo in hockey.
Oh,
Kuzy and the Harmoniqueens.
seriously. Okay. When they come back,
He's got to meet them.
well, I was gonna say they should do a post game meet and greet. They have a bedtime.
yeah.
They
Don't stay for the game.
They do not. They're
The whole game.
They're not able to stay for the whole game. And that's okay because those queens need their sleep. And
Yep.
I get it. They got to go back to the Koreatown Senior and Community Center. They got to, take the bus back. I totally understand. So maybe a pregame meet and greet.
Pre-game meet and greet.
Yeah. We
Or
love
maybe he
those
goes
ladies.
to Koreatown to see them at their community center.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
What if they give him harmonica lessons?
Content, Alec. It's content. Oh my God. Oh my God. We need to take Kuzy on a day off to the center. Kayla. Oh my
The
gosh.
duo we didn't know we needed.
Teammates, if we get enough comments on this post below, let us know if you want to see Kuzy visit the Koreatown Senior and Community Center.
We'll
'Cause
follow along too.
We do.
And get
yeah.
BTS.
Straight up. Oh my gosh. I got a group photo with them. And
You got a photo with them?
yes, I went to go interview. His name is Francis Lee. He's the president of the center. And straight up, my photos are so insane. My dog ate an Oreo and it got all over my pillow. What does that look like to you? What does this look like to you?
It's disgusting.
It's so gross. Hold on. It's Oreo. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'll show you.
Your dog had an accident
I'll
on your
show
couch.
you. It happened. And why there's a pillowcase that's not on my pillow, okay?
Also, if dogs eat chocolate, doesn't it make them really sick?
I don't think it's real chocolate. I think Oreo, because I can eat Oreos and I have a dairy allergy. It's like not a real cocoa or something. But she's great. She's got her little cone on right now. She had to get a dental. Anyway, what was I looking for?
The Harmoniqueens.
It just looks insane. It looks like you're looking at something bad. Okay. Oh,
now
and then
I look at my pictures.
And then I had a photo of Phil's tea, actually, the cacao tea. Speaking of cacao, that was the last photo I took because I was gonna post a picture about it when I try it later today.
This is the most ADD intro we've done.
Anyway, here's me and the Harmoniqueens.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Do this. Do that. Look at me. Look at them. Right?
I'm so jealous.
Like, I don't know if you can see this. Maybe we'll put it in the show.
So envious.
It was insane.
We were up at UCT. We were so far from them.
This woman right here is full on holding me. And I was like, I love it here.
They
love
are
it here.
angels on earth.
Oh, absolute angels. They brought the luck.
They did.
It was insane.
Other angels.
Yeah.
You and your husband, Mike. I had never, before last week, been to the Kings Ducks game in Anaheim.
She's never been to a freeway face-off at the other end.
On the other end. And you were appalled. You were like, that's absolutely not okay.
Can't stand for that.
This is my 8th season.
Yeah.
So your husband, who has season tickets, graciously gave Mikey and myself a ticket to the game.
Yes.
We all went. Vic was there. Patrick was there. So many people were there.
Yes.
Ice Crew. And we got to enjoy the freeway face-off. Anaheim.
He also sent in his directions for, you could send a note when you send a ticket, and he was like, all participants must wear Ducks jerseys or something like that. And I was
didn't
like,
see that.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't think they saw that. And he's like, come on, tell them they got to wear Ducks jerseys. I was like, I'm not doing that because they're not going to. But like, he really wanted to troll you guys. And
what a doll.
No.
But you guys were so nice to do that.
Oh.
We wore the crown jerseys because we knew the team was going to wear them.
So epic. I love those jerseys.
Loved the Ducks flying around pregame. That was so cool.
How fun is that?
So fun.
Yeah.
Also, he bought us food. Like, you guys are just the sweetest.
Well,
I need to Venmo you.
You came to our neighborhood. No, you came to our neighborhood, and I'm glad you had a good time.
I will say, I've never been so cold at a hockey game.
It's the coldest rink.
What is that?
I don't know. It's insane.
The night before at our game, I was sweating.
Yep.
You accidentally picked up my shirt after the game, and you're like, I think this got wet on the countertop. I'm like, actually, it's sweat.
I thought the sink got it wet. And I was like, Kayla, here you go. And then she, in front of everybody, no, that's sweat. I was like, well.
Gross. So I wore like a t-shirt under my jersey thinking
Right.
I was going to be comfortable. I was shaking.
Yeah.
I was shivering.
It is the coldest rink.
My feet were numb.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I was not expecting that
Yep.
because I'm usually running around and just to sit there and watch. But also, it was way colder than our arena.
It is. I've asked about the temperature, and from Zamboni guy to Zamboni guy, I think they claim, I don't know, actually don't want to give stats because that is a very coveted thing. Like, everybody wants to have their own, like, formula for the best ice. So, I won't give stats. But I think it's different, but not in the extreme way that I was expecting. I thought they're going to be like, we're 20 degrees colder. Like, I don't know. It was... Yeah,
it felt like it.
It's a lot closer than we think, but it's crazy how a degree or two can just derail everything you thought about warmth.
Yes.
But I'm so glad you had fun.
So much fun.
Oh, and then
So
you
much
get to
fun. Thank
see. You're welcome. You get to see what people in your role do. So
That's
Allie
what's so
K
fun. Yes.
and JoJo are like the you and
Allie
Mikey.
and JoJo crushed it. They are
Yeah.
the sweetest people.
Alexis Downey's like
Alexis,
the Anna. Like
saw her pregame on
Yeah.
the video board. I love all of Allie's outfits. She has the cutest clothes.
She really does. She really does. It's for anybody that has never been to a Ducks game. I would say if there's just a weekend of SoCal hockey that you could double dip, go down there, come up to LA, maybe see one of your, like, if you have another team other than the Kings. I don't know if people do that. Do they have other teams that they're like, say if they're from New York, like Robert?
Yeah.
He's like, I've got 2 teams, right?
Yeah.
You want to see them twice. Usually a team will come through, play Anaheim and play us.
Yeah.
Go to both. Get different experiences.
Yes.
Don't even think about it like, oh, I don't want to watch the Ducks. Like, go get a different hockey experience. Like, it's just, I don't know. we go all over the country watching different hockey games in different arenas, and it's like cool that we have two so close to each other.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And now I'm on this mission to check as many off my list as I can.
Let's go. We're going to take you all around.
We're trying. Stay
trying.
tuned.
Well, also stay tuned because right now we're going to go to our guest of the day. He is, for the first time ever, not wearing a suit. It's kind of crazy.
On camera.
On camera.
Yeah.
Like, it's documented. Daryl has other clothes. Daryl Evans joins us. He is a former NHL hockey player. He is a just absolute Kings legend. If you've heard of the Miracle in Manchester, you know exactly who he is. He's a current broadcaster working both the radio every night, double dipping, and working the broadcast on the road. Absolute phenomenal human with some of the best stories.
Mm-hmm.
So without further ado, let's get into it with Daryl!
Yay!
Ready?
Or should we do an intro?
I think we just start. Yeah.
Because I feel like
Is this the first time they've done this?
Well, I mean a separate intro because I feel like should we TCAP stuff from the last few games?
Yes, actually. Okay, so we'll just start right away with Daryl here.
Whatever you want.
All right. Here we go. And timer, enter. Shoot. Okay.
What are you doing? Changing the clock now?
Timer start.
No wonder you're always on time. You change clocks.
There we go. There we
We
go.
give ourselves a timer.
Here we go.
I don't know how to work it. She does.
Okay. Teammates, he's here in the flesh, in the studio. You've heard us talk about him probably every episode now. It's Daryl Evans, everybody. Hi,
The
Daryl.
man who needs
Hello,
no
ladies.
introduction.
I'm glad you guys were able to show up for your show. I mean, it was nice of you.
Listen, we told Daryl, first of all, to be here at 1. Then I think I texted you in a panic late last night, being like, all right, 1:30. Or was it this morning?
It was me this morning.
This morning?
Can we do 1:30?
Okay, so I text you this morning, 1:30, and you're like, all right, 1:15, I'll send you this. Or I'll say this. Daryl says, because he's been telling me this whole time, you got to talk to my agent. You got to talk to my agent. I received this at 1:17 p.m. Hi, I'm the agent for the Esquire, Daryl Evans. My client is outside your plush studio when you need him. Signed, our law firm, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Very professional. Very professional.
Oh, I'm so sorry we left you hanging, but 20 minutes behind, and here we are. And how are you on time for everything, first of all? Because not only do people not see this because they just get to listen to you, watch you on their TVs, but people don't realize you're 15 to 20 minutes early everywhere you go. And somehow you've accomplished all of the work that you need to get done before you get to where you go. And then also somehow you assign yourself other jobs that if you didn't do, haven't you seen him on the road? He's slanging suitcases, being like, give me that, put it under the bus, give me this over here.
Oh my gosh,
He's taking
Daryl.
them off the plane and putting them under the bus. Like, it is crazy. This man does everything. How do you find the time, and how come we can't?
Why his name's Choppy, which I know now.
Chop, chop, chop.
Well, first of all, it starts with hairdo. If you get a hairdo like mine, you'll be a lot earlier. Okay, you
Thank you.
won't.
That's
Won't.
the
It won't
secret.
take that long. Okay, just and away you go, just like that. Ta-da!
Oh my gosh.
No makeup, no
Nothing.
muss, no fuss.
Don't need. You know what, ladies? You don't need the makeup.
That's what he said.
That's your own. That's your own self-infliction there.
It's
Just
the camera and the lights.
no,
I ran
no.
into that and I'm like,
let
I have to put eyelashes on.
let the public eye be the judge. They'll tell you look marvelous.
They'll tell me to get off TV. They'll be like, who is this bucket of rice? Like, get her out of here. Like, just get her out. No, what's funny, I've thought about that, why we, in our positions, do wear so much makeup. It's across the board. A lot of people that are in camera and front-facing positions do that.
Yeah.
I've thought in my head, what if we just, like, across the NHL, we're just like, hey, ladies, let's do a no makeup day. Let's, like, make a statement.
I would love nothing more. 90% of the time, I wear no makeup. It's just literally when I'm at games. And
we
then
only see you 10% of the time. So, how does
maybe
that
those
work out?
percentages weren't right. I can't do math. But I love just not wearing makeup. And then I really only wear it for games, especially like this much. Day to day, it's a lot less, but
I can't breathe in here, Daryl. It's a lot. I'm encased.
you're so lucky.
I don't know how you do it.
No.
I really don't. I don't know
well,
how you do it.
People have heard us tell stories about you all throughout the pod. I try to relay them to you in person because it's already posted in public, and I'll be like, hope you didn't mind that we said this. I will give you a chance to defend yourself right now because I told a story about how we do crosswords on the plane.
Oh,
but
yes.
by we, I mean you and Hoover. And you and Hoover don't use Google. You don't check anything. You don't fact check. You just send them back and forth to each other and kind of verify with one another. And once it's complete, it's complete. Tell us about your crossword journey because some people watch movies on the plane. Some people sleep like me and Eric. How did you get into that? And like, how are you good at it? How are you so good?
Well, you get good by anything that you get good at, you do by practice. You just keep doing. A lot of crosswords are, they're duplicated. You'll see words come up, meanings come up in different things, but just a way to pass time. I used to read books when I first started, when I was playing and things like that. And then,
No way.
Yeah, I used to read a lot of true stories. And then I don't know how I gravitated towards crosswords, and now it's crosswords all the time, and it doesn't matter how long the flight is. We went to China, and I got through quite a few.
How long was that flight?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a long flight.
This far on a map. No, about 15 hours.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Non-stop.
The anxiety I would get being on a plane that long.
Same.
Well, no, if you stop, I mean, it's not a good thing.
You're in the ocean.
Yeah.
Not a good. Geographically, can't really do that. What was flying like back when you were playing? Because I think you guys flew commercial, right? Like
We did.
How does a whole hockey team roll through a commercial airport? Because we do it pretty privately as of right now.
Well, it started, especially, being a young guy coming in, you get the middle seat. You're not a cagey veteran, so you get an aisle if you want or a window. So as a rookie or a younger player, we'd have a travel guy that would get on the plane, and he'd hand out our boarding passes, and of course we had a boarding pass. Oh yeah. And we had a middle seat. And, you'd get on there, you'd be all crammed in there nice and tight. Your arms would be touched over, and, you got a couple of people sitting on each side of you.
Like regular people.
Yeah, regular people.
Like Kayla and I could be sandwiched with you in the
Hold
middle.
on, regular.
That's...
The key word is regular people. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody could be sandwiched with anybody. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yep.
So, okay. Say Gretzky's flying. He's flying commercial
in a middle seat
when he's playing.
I didn't play with him, but I am sure at times they probably had commercial flights as well. I mean,
Because when did private?
I was just gonna say, when did they start doing?
Well, I think when Wayne
private.
came here, I believe they had a private plane.
Got it.
If I'm not mistaken.
Got it.
Again, I was not around at that time.
Right.
But I believe they had their own private plane at that time. But I'm sure at some time, he flew commercial flights.
But yeah, you're very mobile on the flights. He's like walking up and down the aisle.
I like to help out a little bit.
No, you do. That's another one of your jobs. You'll literally like help clear the trays, bring them back. Like while we're about to take off. No, people have no idea the stuff that maybe wouldn't get done or wouldn't get done as quickly if Daryl didn't have his like hands-on stuff. It's crazy. So we're trying to take off.
I just like to help out.
You do such a great job at it. We'll try to take off, and like he's holding vegetable trays, and then he remembers like what everybody eats for snacks. So if like he sees something and he's like, "Oh, the popcorn Carrlyn likes is on the plane today," he just like literally chuck a bag at me, and I'm like, "That's what's up, Daryl. Like that's what's up."
Always looking out.
Yes.
Speaking of vegetable trays, what grade would you give me for my first road trip?
For punctuality, AP.
I was
No,
punctual.
you did very well. You did very well on your first trip. Yep.
Aside from the veggie tray fiasco.
It exploded.
You got that's a different variation of a tossed salad.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, you did well. That stuff like that happens. You don't worry about stuff like that.
You made it so not a big deal either. For anybody that's just listening to like this is your first episode because you love Daryl. Welcome in. Kayla had her first road trip with us, and we're the last people off the plane. She's in a scramble. I'm watching to make sure the scramble gets unscrambled, and Daryl is just bringing up the caboose and helping out once again, trying to just get her veggie tray to the trash, and it freaking explodes. Stuff goes everywhere.
Twice.
Cherry tomato on my side of the seat. I'm throwing that in the toilet. Daryl's trying to get everything going. Ranch bursts open on Daryl. Daryl's like, "Go, get out of here, just leave." Like, it was insane. And that was day 1, hour 2. Like, yep, it's so crazy.
Didn't you notice the rest of the trip I was in overalls? I was in a painter's smock.
Just oh gosh, total hazard. I would say we are. Oh my gosh.
Well, speaking of road trips, what's it like being with Carrlyn all the time?
Oh goodness.
Well, I mean, you
What good
must
stories can you tell us?
know that it's an adventure. Put it that way. It's we have a lot of chuckles.
Yep.
The fact that I think we're kind of like on both on the same schedule. She goes to bed late at night, so
Yep.
we tend to eat late. We bop around up for a lot of different things to experiment when we're on the road. We're kind of curious a little bit. But we have a good time. We have a lot of fun, and we laugh. That's for sure.
If I can just sit down and have lunch with Daryl, day's made. Like that's it. And like we also eat efficiently on the same like timeline. We're not like a
Super chatty. Sit
Like,
down and
get in, get out.
talk
like,
for 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so hard. A lot of our crew, they can wine and dine with the best of them, and it's like truly the hardest thing for me is to sit down anywhere. Like
I'm the same way. I need to keep moving.
yeah, and so like literally like we'll be like, okay, Subway sandwich in Edmonton, no problem. Like it's like the closest thing ever, like to the hotel in the arena or whatever. I'll eat Subway 2 or 3 days in a row in the playoffs. It's like not an issue. Or Tim Hortons, just
Yep.
grab and go. But like yeah, just always bopping around the city.
I love your friendship. You guys are like thick as thieves. It was so fun to see it firsthand on the road. We literally went to dinner the first night in
He's
Salt
my
Lake City.
bestie.
You guys are besties.
Yeah,
We
whether
go-
he likes it or not. Like,
We literally went to dinner the first night in Salt Lake City. Carla and I sit down. Daryl's coming in, and she's like, he'll have a hot water with lemon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're ordering for him. That's so cute. Like, you guys are just
I'm
the
actually in law
besties.
enforcement. I'm her parole officer, so I know the way she operates.
he's just got to babysit me. That's all this is. He's just babysitting me on the road. That's it.
That was Alec
Yeah.
with me on the road. He's like, I'm in charge of you.
Straight up.
Don't mess up.
Straight up. Like if he hasn't heard from me by at least like 2, he'll be like, hello? Like, are you alive? Get out of the room. Let's go. Like, let's do something.
She's already
Like,
missed a workout, so
Yeah.
The other day at the game, I go into Chick Hearn, and Daryl comes up and he goes, where's your sidekick? And I go, she's probably in the dressing room. He's just like always checking to make sure.
He knows
You're-
where I am and where I'm not.
No chance. When you get that text, where are you, Carla? 5 minutes out, or I'm in the parking lot. I'm circling the parking lot, which means she hasn't gotten the freeway yet in Orange County. So it's like,
No, because he's so early, he'll be down by the bus waiting before a game 15, 20 minutes early, helping load bags because that's what he does. And he will just
that cost me a suit though once in Columbus.
oh my God, we have to tell that story, Daryl. Okay. I was just gonna say that literally like he'll know what state I'm in by how frazzled I am running through the doors.
And
just
it's
be like,
always the hotel's fault.
Yeah.
They couldn't
There's a long
couldn't find
line.
my this. They couldn't find my
Yeah.
that. And I'm,
yeah.
I do the same thing.
It really is. Like, I'll leave 15 minutes early, and then, like, somehow they're like, your credit card's not working. I'm like, that is absolutely not possible. Like, try it right now. I call my credit card. I'm, like, bringing my bags out. I'm like, you bop around so much that, like, Chase Bank, just get used to it. It's never going to be always in California. But I'll go, like, St. Louis, Detroit, and it's like,
You had this issue when we were on the road, I feel
yes,
like.
it happens every time. It's the same card. I've had it for 15 years, and they're just like, can't be you. I'm like, who could it be? I go to the same 41 different buildings per season, like on the road. Give me a break. Anyway, Daryl just understands, and he'll literally like, give me your bag, go figure it out, get on the bus. And I'm like, thank you. But no, in Columbus, which is where we're returning to, you've got like day suits and you've got game suits. So
Correct.
Daryl, your
Yep.
travel
Oh.
suit, explain like the difference between your travel suit and your game suit.
well, a travel suit just, I always like to be in a suit. I always like to, dress professionally because I'm at work and
Always dressed to the nines.
I wouldn't say the nines, but I always like to have a suit and tie on. It's just for whatever it is. I can't put, jeans or casual slacks and a golf shirt on, getting on a plane. It just doesn't feel right.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I've never seen you in between. You're either in this or a suit.
yeah.
Once in a while.
And it's weird.
yeah,
You're like, you're
yeah.
wearing a button up.
I don't
didn't know you owned
even
one.
know me when I do that.
No, yeah.
But so we're in Columbus, and Yeah, so we're going to a game. So
Suit.
I've got a game suit on.
Okay.
And one that I haven't worn too many times.
Those are the jazzed up suits.
Yeah, this one's got a little life. You got to plug it in when you get to the rink. Lights a little bit.
The black and blue, just dramatic swirl, it pops.
I feel like I have.
Looks almost like
You
shark's
may have.
colors.
You won't see the pants anymore though. So we're in Columbus, and our bus driver's an older fella, and he's slugging these bags, and we're on a long trip, so the bags are extremely heavy. I mean,
I know where this is going.
these bags are heavy. So it's freezing out too. It's really, really cold, and you got to put them, in the back of the bus. You got to get them all in spot, and there's a way. It's kind of like putting a puzzle together. And
Tetris.
he's in there,
Yeah.
he's in there slugging, and I'm going, oh boy, I feel for this fella. So what do? I get underneath the bunk of the bus.
Oh no.
Now pants are a little on the snug side when I make the entry, and I'm kind of crouched down. I'm kind of walking. I mean, not that I'm that tall. I can almost stand up in there, but I'm walking around in there, and all of a sudden I get this Arctic breeze come up my backside. Well, my drawers exploded, right? So here I am. Whoo! I got the little breeze coming in, and and I've got
Right before a game.
Oh yeah, this is right before the game.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Ideal
the guys.
timing.
The guys are coming in. We're getting the last bags on the bus, and the bus driver's outside, la 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 la, taking in the fresh air, and here I am, underneath the the bunk. I'm going, oh boy, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to make him feel bad or anything like that, and I don't want to say anything to anybody else. But when we get to and I stand at the front of the bus. I don't take a seat on the bus, so I stand at the front. So I'm just standing there. I've got my jacket, kind of up against my, my backside there, and he's going to go back and get another group. I said, hey, before you go back, I said, I need to get something out of my bag underneath. Go underneath, I grab another suit, and I come back up, and I get changed, and everything goes okay. And after the game, he says to me, he goes, weren't you wearing another suit earlier? And I said, yeah, I never did tell him the story.
Oh,
Yes, sir. If you were doing your job, I wouldn't have had to change.
But those drawers, I mean, they're just
Was it super noticeable?
oh no, noticeable is an understatement.
Yeah.
No. It
You're
was,
lucky no one noticed.
Yeah, no,
Essentially.
it's, yeah,
Did you
like
see it?
No, I just
most
heard
everybody
about
was
it.
on the bus already.
Yeah.
So like I say, he was the last one. We're putting the last couple of bags on, and I stand at the front. So I let everybody go by. I got my backside up against the wall, and then
Nobody got a
away I
show.
go. No,
Wow.
Yeah.
But I had a cold butt.
It was so cold, so cold.
Yep.
He doesn't bring a jacket either, unless we're Arctic degree temperatures. He doesn't bring a winter coat. Straight up, he's crazy. Not crazy. You're particular.
You animal.
You're an animal. That's it. That's it.
Okay, well, while we're on the suit topic, by the way, you are so beloved by fans to the point where people dressed up as you for Halloween this year.
That was so awesome. Oh my gosh.
Also, Carrlyn and I wanted to throw you off and come in jazzy suits today, which obviously didn't happen.
We didn't have
but
enough time.
We didn't have enough
Oh
time.
God, no! Who knows when we'd film this?
Yeah. Next month.
But all this to say, where did the suits come from? When did that start? Have you done this your whole broadcast career?
I wouldn't say I've done it my whole broadcast career, but I remember getting my first suit when my mom and dad bought me my first suit. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, so to get a suit was special. And I got a 3-piece suit. I remember it was cool. And so then when I finally started to play professionally, I was buying my own clothes. I kind of like things that were a little bit different. I like things that had a little bit of a shine to them. I like pinstripes and that kind of stuff. And then the more exposed I got to different types of books and different types of cloths and what was out there, then of course my creativity, started to grow. And then years ago, we had a young lady that worked with us on our ice crew, along with Carrlyn.
Shout out to Brooke.
Yeah, shout out to Brooke. And I'd say to the kids, what do you do? And Carrlyn says, I work at McDonald's, or I'm doing this or doing that. I run an escape room,
go there a lot.
in here. And
He's saying all my favorite things.
she says I go to fit him. I fit him. What the heck is
Oh,
fit him? You know,
fit
I have
'em.
no idea what the heck
Yeah.
fit him is. You know, I think it's a vitamin store or something like that. And so she tells me, and I said, oh, men's clothes. She goes, no, women's clothes. I said, oh, I said, you got to make men's clothes. So a couple of years go by, and my son invited her to a Stanley Cup party in 2014. And she goes, oh, Daryl, and she thinks she even called me Mr. Evans, which I thought she was talking to my dad because he was in the room too. And she goes, I'm selling men's clothes. She says, can I bring you, some samples? Yeah, sure, come on. So she brings me the traditional checks and, all the, real nice, cool cloths. I said, these are nice. I said, but me, I said, I like something that's just a little bit livelier. And then, like, the light switch goes off like in Dumb and Dumber when they walk out in the orange tuxedos and the blue
Oh my
tuxedos.
gosh, iconic.
And she goes, I'll see you next week. And she comes back next week with all these goofy materials. And that's where it all started, like with her. So then, she'd start to, go out and bring cloths. And then I, would say, okay, we'll go with this, we'll go with that. And then she's responsible she loves accessorizing them with the buttons and the collars and the things like that. So we have a lot of fun with it. But one day we went in, and I wanted to go down to the cloth store just to see what this place looked like. So I walk in, T-shirts, shorts, just like I'm in now. I think I even might have my Eagle pants on. And a young lady comes up to us, and and Brooke, the girl who does my suits, she's dressed, high heels, full makeup, hair, makeup, the whole thing. She's dressed right up. And she's going one way, I'm going one way. Hey, Brooke, look at this one. And she goes, oh, sir. She goes, I don't think that'll go with her hair color. It's not for her. I said, it's for me. She goes, oh. She goes, what are you making, a tie? I said, no. I said, I'm making a suit. So I proceeded to show her some of the pictures of the suits that Brooke had made in my phone. And she goes, wow, these are crazy. So I have a heyday when I go down there.
Oh, I'm sure they love when you come in too. Yeah. They're like, "Oh, let's get wild."
Yeah.
Let's get
creative. if I had my way, like, who knows some of the stuff I'd come up with.
Yeah.
So all of your suits are custom made.
For the most part, yep. The some of the ones that we do for the holiday games that we donate for charity, some of those ones are just bought, and then we just raffle them off, or pardon me, auction them off.
We just did one recently.
Yep. And then those go to the King's Care Foundation. So it's just a way of being able to kind of raise some funds for the foundation and that. But a couple of Brooke suits in the earlier day were donated were bought in that way.
That's so awesome.
Do you know how many you have?
About 60. Yeah.
Whoa.
But I mean, I wear a suit almost 200 days a year.
Closet.
No, it's not that big. They're just crammed together.
We need like a BTS of Daryl's closet.
I think Alex Curry did a tour one time of your
Yeah,
closet,
she did.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
We need to bring her back and do like a 10 years later, like, let's go through it again,
Yes.
and we'll just like rummage through the whole
She'll
thing.
bring her kids with her.
Yes, baby Curry. Oh my god.
We love little Jaxie.
New mom, Alex. Oh. What about the bow ties? Because those, you always have something different that also goes with the suit. But I've even seen you have something like, didn't Hoover buy you a wooden bow tie, or like, you get creative with those? Too.
I thought it was a dog bone. I really did. I thought it was a dog
crazy.
bone. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got it at a holiday festival in
Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And they had a real nice holiday festival around. He got that there. But I've got a couple of like leather ones, feathers.
Yep.
Those are really cool.
Have you ever worn a regular tie?
Oh yeah. Just I've worn a regular tie. Sometimes I'll wear one like with my travel suit as opposed to having a bow tie. Not all the time, but because I keep accumulating bow ties now, I've kind of gone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that look, but. Florida, there's one place in Florida, and we don't stay in the same area now, but they got that are made out of shells. Those are really cool.
Tie?
A tie made out of shells, yeah.
Wait,
Whoa.
that's so fun.
Yeah. If I can never think of the name, but I'm gonna look it online and maybe try and order one. But those are really cool. And
That is
you can
awesome.
only imagine the colors too, like the tropical colors. And that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got leather, feathers, wood.
Life of a showman.
Sparkles. I mean,
Yep.
it's
I
like,
love the sparkles.
Now,
I love the shimmer.
there's a little bit of tea that I heard. You have the floor to back this up if it's not true. Jared Shafran said, or Josh Schaefer. You know how much I get them confused, and they're definitely not the same person.
No.
Shaff and Shafe.
They're not?
They're like Bert and Ernie.
They'll tell me one thing, and I swear, like, Josh had told me that, but it'll have been Jared, and then they know what they've told me. So if they discuss, they're like, no, I told her. She thinks it's like I know they're different people. It's just the name. They're too similar. So I think it was Jared Shaffron who said, you did not know how to tie a bow tie.
No, I don't.
Okay, so
Yep.
he brought one
What?
for you.
Yeah.
Jared wore one that night, and was it his wife that was going to
his
teach you?
his blushing bride came and gave me a lesson.
How did it go?
Not good.
Is this recently?
Yes, this
Yeah.
was like 2 games ago.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
this is just 2 games ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many people that have tried to show me to tie a bow tie,
Yeah.
including professionals. Like when I go to Nordstrom's or something like that, I'll ask them.
It's tough.
No, I mean, I feel like I'm wearing boxing gloves when I do it. I mean, I got the touch of a blacksmith. I can't do it.
I thought bow ties were like pre-tied.
That's
Well,
what
they
yours
are. Yeah, that's
Clip on.
yeah. Not I haven't got a clip on, but I mean they're already tied. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I still can't get it. I'd love to be able to get it down because then I just grab anything and just make a bow tie out of it.
What if you did the oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name. You know him. He's wears the tie, but it's undone completely.
Oh, you're thinking of Brian Burke?
Yes,
Yeah.
Berkey. Okay. Like literally that's his look, is like an undone tie, just like draped over the neck and shoulders.
What?
What if that became your like evolution? Because say you're done doing the clips and the wrap or whatever, and you don't want to tie it, but like that's a look in itself, the undone bow tie, because it's shorter, but it's like it's kind of cool looking. It looks like, you know, when like the groomsman has like the after the wedding photos that are like, oh, everybody's like partied all night. And it's like, boom.
Yes.
But you can tell like it's just the bow tie. Like, what if that's your look later on? Like, no.
A little too messy for me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's too put together.
Two
for that.
buttoned up, quite literally.
Quite literally.
I wouldn't know if I had it on sometimes. The wind would come and the wind would take it off my neck and it'd be gone down the block. I'd
Yep.
be chasing it.
Yep. Between that and your pants, we don't need any elemental like faux pas with the clothes. Oh my gosh.
Do you have a favorite suit?
I've got a few favorite. Probably ones that I tend to lean towards are purple.
Okay.
And
Yep.
purple and black. I mean, I love those 2 colors. Gold I like as well. Purple, I always have a soft spot for my mom. That was her favorite color.
Aw.
So when I wear purple, I always thinking
ode
about
to
her.
Mom.
Yeah, and I always wear a purple boutonniere on my lapel, and that's for my mom as well. But I love purple. I love colors. I love bright colors. Like I say, if I had it my way, I'd wear a new suit every day.
Yep.
It feels like you do.
Well, no,
He's got
no,
60
no,
something,
no.
so we only
But,
really see
yeah,
it repeat
yeah,
like 10
yeah.
times.
But
maybe.
I like I've got a couple of black suits like shine in them that I really like as well.
Now, the purple lapel, what's great, first of all, is everywhere we go, people freak out. Like, there's cities that remember him, like people that have been working in buildings for 20 plus years that can't wait for Daryl to walk through the halls because they want to see what he's wearing. Like, most recently, Dallas. Like, we'll walk by and we'll walk through that, like, bowels of American Airlines Center, and people are, like, jazzed up that he's back. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's the best. But I think that's special for fans to know, like, what that boutonniere stands for, because people see it every game.
Yep.
You wear that no matter what suit you're wearing, no matter what colors go with what. That's a constant.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so it's the way you delicately handle talking about it, too, where maybe you don't want to, say something to somebody that you don't know or whatever. You just say, like, oh, yeah, thanks. It's something special to me,
Yep.
the way that you describe it. I think it's special that fans get to know why, too. Like, it's because of your mom and that being her favorite color. And
Yeah, I know, like, over the years, people have asked me, what it is and the significance of it. And, I've told them, and I mean, I'm proud of it. And like I say, it's a connection between my mom and myself, and something I'll always wear.
it's crazy,
Yep.
too, because we'll see it in different places, the color purple.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll, like, literally as a group, we all know, like, it's going to be a good night. Like, Dooley will wear something purple. Like, Shaft's got something
Yep.
purple on. Foxy will have a hint in his tie. And we're all just like, oh, it's one of those nights. Let's go. Like,
You got your purple energy drink over there, so this is going to be a good one.
and this was, literally, there was no Celsius in the thing downstairs. I've never had this
I've
before.
literally never heard of that.
I've never heard of it, and I've never had it, and it's purple.
Ah!
No, seriously.
Not an accident.
Yeah, we see that in situations just all the time. So, yeah, if you look hard enough,
You'll find it.
you'll find
Exactly.
it. I love that. Yep. Oh, my goodness. Daryl, I don't know this about you, but how did you make the transition into broadcasting?
You don't know this?
I don't know this.
Do you know Kayla?
I don't know this.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to let Kayla tell the story. That was,
I know. You don't know.
I'm going to save my lungs over here. All right, Kayla, run. You
I
got
just
it.
figured you would.
No, can we guess?
I don't.
Can we make guesses on how
You
you
can
got
guess
into
whatever
it?
you want.
Okay.
I can't remember, so it doesn't matter.
All right. So, oh no. Okay, so you played, and after you played in the NHL, you went overseas and played.
Correct.
Still.
Yep.
You coached a little bit.
Correct.
You GM'd a little bit, right?
Correct.
What?
Oh yeah, played like in Europe,
England and Italy.
In Italy, yep. And has some wild stories
For how
from
long?
over there.
2 years. 1 year. The first year I went over to Italy, northern Italy, just inside the Austrian border. And then the second year was northern England, way up by Newcastle, right along the North Sea.
How
The stories
fun.
he has feels like he was there for 2 decades. Like, it's crazy. So after you do that, you come back. How do you make it back to LA? Do you have a pit stop in Toronto? Because my brain's like, okay, maybe he goes back to Toronto, then comes back to LA, and then do you start working at the car dealership and then find your way back to the Kings? Like, there's so much I don't know, and I've never put all the gaps together.
Well, I'm from Toronto.
Yep.
My ex-wife was from Los Angeles, so we came back here, see her family, my family. I was all set to go back and coach professionally in England again, where I finished my last year when I finished playing, and met somebody at a barbecue one weekend. They asked me what I was going to do when I retired, and I said, well, I kind of retired. I might go into some personal training and stuff like that after. And he said, well, you ever thought of selling cars? I don't even know where the key goes in most cars. So and they said, he goes, you're perfect.
Sure.
So the next day he invites me down to the dealership and I have a little chit chat with him. I don't know what the hell he put in my coffee. I actually drank coffee at that time.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that was maybe a couple of years later I had coffee, but
Yeah.
I retired from hockey. I left a coaching job on the table and came home and I told my blushing bride at the time that I said we're not going back to Europe. I said we're staying here in LA. She goes, you get a job at the Kings. I said no. I said I'm going to sell cars. She goes, you don't know anything about cars. I said that's what I told me. He told me I'd be great. She goes, okay. Well, how much are they going to pay you? I said I didn't ask. So I go back. I go back the next day. I said, what's the pay for this? She goes, commission.
Oh.
So I go home and I tell my wife at the time, and she goes, we're going to starve.
Oh no!
I said, we'll see. We'll have to see what's what. It took me 5 days to sell my first car. Or pardon me, 9 days to sell my first car. And on the 10th day, I sold 5 cars. And in the last quarter of the year, I ended up in the top 5 in sales in dealerships.
Wow.
That size in the country. So.
In the country.
What?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you walked away from that?
You had
Well,
good, Daryl.
and then okay.
Natural ability.
So then from there, I'm selling now and I'm managing West LA. I'll go from the Valley to West LA, and I was going to pick my brother up at the airport, and that was the time when you could go to the airport and actually park your car and walk up and
They didn't shoo you away?
Yeah, no shoo, no.
Whoa.
I mean, we're going back 1900s. We're talking about. So off the plane before my brother comes off was Sam McMaster, who was the new general manager of the Kings. And that's when Gretzky and them were here. Well, Sam was my general manager when I was 9 years old, when I played hockey, 10 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And he said, what are you doing? I said, I said, I manage a Cadillac dealership. He goes, give me your card. He says, I'll need a car. Yeah. So of course I pull out a card like nobody's business. I'll be down by 9:30 the next morning. He calls me, he goes, hey, Daryl, he said, the Kings told me to go ahead and get a car from you. I said, really? So they put somebody in PR that was chit-chatting, or marketing. We started chit-chatting, and we ended up putting a deal together where we traded 3 cars, and I think it was for Rogie Vachon, Larry Robinson, and Sam McMaster. And in turn, we got 4 season tickets. We got a picture in our program, our picture of our dealership in the program.
Like an ad.
Like an ad, yeah. So from the used car lot, so it was my picture standing on like the car lot. And then we had a 30-second radio commercial. And a couple of weeks go by, and the Kings call me. I'm the in-between guy, and they said, they're like, hey, nobody from your dealership, your advertising, hasn't come to do the radio commercial yet. So I call my boss. I say, hey, guys, we're losing airtime. What the hell's going on here? And he goes, well, why don't you go do it? I said, I never done anything like that. What the hell do you want me to do? He goes, well, they know who you are. Nobody knows who the hell I am. I said, go do it. All right. So I called the Kings back, and they said, come, and was going to do it with, turned out to be my partner, Nick Nixon, for so many years. So Nick was, he was a few years in with the Kings at that time. And they said, well, you want to stay for the game? I said, yeah, so I'll stay for the game. So, okay, come at 4 o'clock. We'll, do the commercial, and then blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. So I go, 4 o'clock, I'm there, and Mike Allison was the color guy at the time. Mike wasn't there yet. So I said, hey, where's Mike? He said, something happened back home, like somebody had passed or something, and he was making arrangements. He was going to come do the game and then fly out the next day. I was sorry to hear that. Then I'm looking. There was game notes were on the table there where we were in the booth there at the Forum, which was right in the middle of the rink.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there looking, and saw that they had a game tomorrow. So I said, okay, so who's calling a game with you tomorrow? I hadn't thought about it. I said, I'll do it. So that's how I did my first game.
Oh my gosh!
Way.
Just
that's
thrown right in.
That's how I did my first game. So I took home a media guide, and I think I took a set of game notes or whatever the hell I had, and did a little look. It was against the St. Louis Blues, and then after that, they came to me later on during the year and asked me if I'd be interested in, being the color analyst, because Mike Allison was going to leave his position, and I said, I'd like to, but I just bought a house. I had a second child on the way, and the pay was from where I was. I established myself, master manager status for 7 years, and it was a little bit lower. I couldn't pay the bills with what they're, what it was. So they said, okay, we'll keep you in mind, and so I said, okay. And then they went on. They hired Cammy Granato.
That's right.
Yeah, Cammy Granato. She had kind of stopped playing, but the Olympics were coming up that year, and she wanted to give it one more shot. So they had already hired her, and so they said, could you fill in a couple of games for her? I said, yeah, okay, I can do that. And it turned out I ended up getting 17 games that year.
Wow.
So then the year's going through the year. They had already broke ground downtown at Staples Center. And they asked me if I'd be the director of suites and premier seat sales down there. So I put that hat on.
You could sell ketchup to a woman in white gloves.
So I put that hat on.
Say.
Then I became the president of the Alumni Association.
What?
I was running the Cadillac dealership and filling in on the radio when they needed me. And then they broke ground here and asked me to be the general manager of this facility in El Segundo. So I had no clue, how to run a rink.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks later, I'm driving a Zamboni, or not a couple of weeks, probably a couple of months by the time we got in the building, I was driving a Zamboni and all that kind of stuff. And I was wearing a lot of hats, so my ears never got cold, but I learned a lot. And that's kind of how it all came back full circle. And it's a heck of a journey, but the people I've met along the way, it's been incredible. The lessons that I've learned in life, it's been a blast.
If you don't run into the GM at the airport and that Cadillac deal doesn't happen, would you have found yourself here eventually, do you think? Or was that just the moment? Like, if that didn't happen, would you be here? Well,
that's a good question. Because at the time, like when I retired from playing, there was only 21 teams, so there was no expansion on the horizon back then. I thought I'd like to get back involved in hockey. Hockey was all I knew. Working out, training, I mean, that was something too. Of course, we didn't get paid any money, so I had no money to, get into a gym on my own. But I talked to a couple of people that had gyms at the time that, maybe I'd consider, going to work with them or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it was meant to be, and
He did what we talk about, which is if you don't ask, the answer's no. First of all, we literally we've tried to give advice on some episodes where people have asked us questions and whatnot. That's textbook example of what happens when you just say, hey, Do you have anyone doing the game tomorrow? No, didn't think about it. Could I? Like, what?
I was just about to say, we talk about being yes people a lot. Like, say yes to opportunities when they come your way. You are the prime example of that. Like,
because it's not coming to you. You have to, like, that's what people think. Oh, why isn't this happening for me? You're a clear example. I'm making this happen for myself.
You have to make the effort.
Yeah.
You have to make the effort, but you have to be prepared as well.
Yes.
And prepared means not necessarily you're doing homework for whatever you're looking for, but it's just in the way you prepare yourself for life, like to be available and willing. And there's a risk to everything that you do. You can look at it as, you could fail or you can succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to choose what you want to do.
Someone gave me really good advice one time who is in the business and high up at where they are. They said, be authentic and be credible. And you are both of those things. As are you.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. But it's just be yourself. There's only one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's only one of you.
I can't believe that story.
That's
I would have never guessed
a
that.
crazy sequence of events.
I never would have guessed that in a million years. Like, I knew bits and pieces. I knew
the car dealership part, but I didn't know how we got to where we are now.
I'm going to tell you a funny car dealership story.
Please do.
Now this
Also, I need a new car. You might need to help me.
you do. No, he's helped me before. He's like looking at places.
and she bought elsewhere. No.
Yeah.
How can I go with language on here?
You can swear,
whatever
we'll
you
beep
want.
it.
We bleep.
Yeah, we
We
beep
bleep?
it.
Okay. All right. So we're in the car business, right? And I don't swear. I mean,
I don't either.
I don't swear around like people, like casual, like we're kicking around. But like when I'm working or anything like that, I'm not swearing just for the sake of swearing. And I got this older gentleman that's been buying cars for me for a couple of years, and he goes, "Damn it!" He goes, "Evans," he goes, "You're so polite." And he's probably in his 80s or so. He goes, "You're so polite." He goes, "Swear at me." He goes, he goes, "I'm an ass." He goes, "Swear at me." I go, "No, I can't do that." Mr. Smith, I can't remember what his name was. I said, "I can't do that." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm an ass." He goes, "Swear at me." I said, No. He goes, "Well, if you don't swear at me," he said, "I'm not going to buy any more cars from you." So I'm chuckling to myself. I said, "All right." I said, "One of these days," I said, "I'll let you have it." So car phones had just come out, like the center console car phones,
yeah.
right? So he goes, I just sold him a new car. He goes, "All right, I'm getting my car." He said, "I got to call my office and they're going to give me my insurance and I'll call you back." He says, "When I call you back," he says, "you make sure you swear at me on the phone, for not having my insurance with me." All right, so I'm sitting there. So I'm kind of kicking around. A couple of minutes go by. Receptionist in the dealership, "Daryl Evans, you got a sales call and call our line 6. So I pick it up. I said, "All right," so I'm gonna give it to him, right? So I use worse language than this, but I pick him up and I said, "All right," I says, he goes, "What do you want, you asshole?" I said, and a line silent, and the voice on the other end goes, "Daryl?" And I said, "Yeah," and it wasn't that customer, and he goes, "This is Mr. So-and-so." He goes, "Is everything okay?" And I'm sitting there, I'm going like, "Yeah." And I told him the story. Well, he's killing himself laughing. And then I'm sitting there going, wait till I get a hold of that guy. So that's the reason why I don't swear is for this. So 5-10 more minutes go by after, and he calls me up. And I pick up the phone the right way and just, "Hello, Cadillac sale, Daryl Evans here." And he goes, "I thought you were going to swear at me." And I told him the story. Well, I think he's still laughing. I mean, he thought it was the best story ever that that I laid into somebody. Thank God it was one of my old customers. Otherwise, I mean, who knows where I'd be today?
That is out of
we might be doing this. We might be doing this show
show
from Cell Block 6 or something, right?
Oh my God, that could have been anybody.
Anybody. Thank God it was one of my customers.
Oh my God.
That's incredible.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic.
That is a movie scene.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't swear. No, you don't
No.
really at all.
Once in a while.
Yeah. Tiddlywinks does not count as a swear.
No.
No. Oh
I don't
my
either
God.
unless I'm like really mad or in traffic.
Yeah.
So that's daily.
If I'm telling a story, I don't know why. Sometimes it comes out. Or I'll text it, and I feel like it's not real if I text it. Like if I text a swear, it doesn't count, I feel like. Because I'm not saying it. Does it count? I don't know. Do you count a texted swear as you're swearing?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait. Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm getting away with it. Like because I didn't say it,
Oh.
but I can be like, F this. You know?
I mean, fix this. you know?
Yeah. No one knows.
French fries.
Yeah. F this. No, you don't do that either.
I'm trying to think now. I was thinking
No.
of the Modern Family quote where he was like, Phil Dunphy's like, WTF, why the face? He like thinks he knows all the
What those acronyms are?
abbreviations.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom put the fear of God in me as a kid. Like I couldn't even say crap or sucks.
Really?
I would get in trouble for saying that.
I said this sucks a lot, and then I learned that you're really not supposed to say. There's like TV safe words that, yes, it can be allowed on television, but you're not really supposed to say it. And sucks was one of them. We're not going to beep it out of this podcast, I don't
You
think.
can't
but,
say
like,
that on broadcast?
You're not really supposed to. No.
Well, yeah, that would be kind of, it's a little
like this sucks.
informal.
Like, yeah. Not even this stinks. We don't even usually use those words, but there were just like some things that like I was like, oh, that doesn't even sound that bad, but I guess that makes sense.
I say words that are similar all day long.
Yeah.
That aren't.
Fiddlesticks. Like that. I don't know. We need some good like replacement words. Daryl, have you ever swore on air?
Oh. That's a good question.
Radio or television?
I don't think so.
No?
I can't say that I have.
Okay, good.
Your show's a first. No.
Yeah, right. Gosh.
What an honor.
Gosh. So when we have a swear, because most of the stuff that we do is...
Has that ever happened since you've been on the broadcast?
Oh,
like
for sure.
Wait, really?
Brownie has said the F word twice.
Oh, like players.
Yes.
But not the broadcasters.
Not us, no.
Right, okay.
So, but there are instances where, say if a coach, most of the time it's Jim Hiller that we're airing, or if it's a player in the locker room, we're taping those, but they're not going out immediately live. Because like Patrick and Jarrett will be in the middle of a segment, the TV truck is taping whatever interview's going on or ingesting whatever interview just happened from a memory card from the locker room. And they have the ability to kind of see what's happening before everyone at home sees what's happening. So it's not so much of, hey, you're on a tape delay, as much as it is, it's called live to tape. They're like looking at it and making sure everything's good. So I'll text. Like we've been in like the coach's room, and Jim Hiller will drop something very mild, but still like maybe not safe for TV. And I'll just be like, you're going to have to beep this part out. We played like or something like that. Like, not a direct quote, but like, you know, I want to protect him and also the viewers at home. So I'll say like, third question in, Jim Hiller says shit, and like send it straight to our tape guys. And they're like, thank you. And it's just like this like teamwork that you are constantly doing behind the scenes as well. But no,
we didn't believe Drew Doughty's mom.
Did Brownies make air?
No. So those were live to tape also. So I tape it during commercial break. And if they see it, they'll stop it. But if they don't, I always say.
I think Quickie, when they won the cup down at the celebration. Yep.
Not bleep that, and that was fantastic.
Yep.
He said fiddlesticks a couple times.
Yep.
Jonathan
I
Quick.
bet he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of, this episode will come out a little bit later, but today's Jonathan Quick's birthday.
It
is.
So
40 years old.
Happy
Yep.
40th
my
birthday
gosh.
to Jonathan Quick. I don't want to think about last night's game, which would have been us beating the Rangers, as his potential last visit as a goaltender to Los Angeles. I don't want to think of it like that, but it might have been. Daryl.
I'm not sure if he's done.
You don't think
You
he's
don't think
done?
he
Okay, I
is.
love that.
You know what? When I look at him, and I respect him for the fact that he takes a year deal at a time right now at this stage of his career. I think where he's at right now, back in New York, with his family close by, and I mean his other family, not just his wife and kids and things like that, but he's got family and friends there, so he's in a great situation.
Right.
And he understands that he's a backup goaltender. He's not trying to be the number one goaltender right now. He knows where he's at the stage of his career. And believe me, if I'm sitting there and I'm putting a team together and I got a chance to put him in as a guy to back up and bring a young guy along, that's my first choice.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
This is some tea. I don't know if I can say this or not, but last night, like towards the end of the game, Patrick was in our ear and was like, hey, we're getting word from PR that the Kings potentially might do a handshake line with him after the game in case it is his last game at Crypto. But then they pulled the goalie. So it didn't happen. But I was like, I don't know if it was because of that or because they lost or because maybe it's not his last game.
Yeah, I think
Maybe they were being ready for it.
Yeah.
They were like, PR's telling us to potentially get ready for a handshake line with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if you'd want to do that without knowing for sure that comes from that side because, you know, like if you're that person, especially in a situation last night for him where, wasn't in a favorable way,
Yes.
Right.
he's not coming out to shake anybody's hand.
Exactly.
It's like,
Nope.
yeah. So, yeah, but I think had the understanding be the other way where he had announced something, I think he would come up.
I miss his fire and like interactions with us, and just even reading the quotes after last night's game.
There was still fire there.
I'm like, there he is.
Yep.
That is the man we know
Yep.
and love.
Okay, going back to broadcasting. What year is this for you, first of all?
2026.
Yeah.
Sorry
Well, I
make you
did.
think.
Well, I started in 99 full time.
Okay.
Don't make me do the math.
So
We don't do
that's
math.
Well,
It's okay.
26, 27. So, and then I did, like I say, 17 games before that. So, and 27, 28 years, whatever way you want
Okay.
to look at it. So,
What is the most challenging part of your role? And then what is your favorite part of the job?
favorite part of the job is just the interaction with the people, the great people that I get to work with, and the great people I get to meet. And you're sitting right beside one. I mean, we go back. I mean, like, what's it been, 17, 18 years, Carrlyn? When did you start with us?
Wow.
2007.
So
And
2007.
he's
So
been-
yeah, we're coming up on 19 years with
Gosh.
Tiddlywinks over there. But but no, it's like, like as Carrlyn mentioned earlier, like some of these rinks that we go to, whether it's ushers, the people that are down by the meal rooms, the people that are working security and things like that. You cross paths with these people, and it's kind of like an extended family. So it's great to be able to catch up with them. In fact, just recently, last night, a guy who used to drive our bus in Calgary, who's been retired for I don't know how many years, he was at the game. He comes to Palm Springs every year, and I had him to the game last night.
Did he put the suitcases in?
Or did you have to help him?
No, I helped him too. I helped him too.
Of course you did.
But, yeah.
No, man, he won't help.
But yeah, so it's you keep those relationships up, and it's all about the people. Challenging. I mean, everything's supposed to be a challenge. If it's not a challenge, I mean,
Why are you doing it? Yeah.
create your own challenges. Just keeping up with everything. Engaging, interacting with the young players. Just they're a different breed than they were, when I first started. But it's great. I mean, I've been going to the draft for so many years, and when these kids first get drafted, and just the smile on their face, and then just watch them grow. Like, I've been with Kopitar 20 years. Look at something like that, Drew Dowdy, Jonathan Quicks, the Dustin Browns, the guys that were here, Alec Martinez, that still stay in touch with those guys. It's just like, it's special. So the relationships you make, the people you meet, the challengers are worth it, every bit of it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I'll say this. There is no challenge working with Daryl, but
Easiest to work with, yeah.
What I love is that he will never, look for this now when you watch us on this upcoming road trip, he will never put me on blast if I'm wrong, and he will make fun of me till the end of time in the commercial break. So if there is something that I said that was not correct, which I try to, I have my notes, they're in front of me. I have dyslexia with numbers, which people that are close to me know that, but like, it's very hard for me to see something and not flip it or reverse it, or literally like I'll turn a 6 into a 9 into a 6, a 7 into a, I don't even know, a 2.
3,
like I'll
2.
do something. Yeah, I'll literally do that in my brain. So Daryl, thank God, is one of the best people with numbers of all time. And I'll never forget, like, the most recent moment I can think of is when we were in Chicago, and I was saying like the record for either the last 5 games or 10 games or something, and it was just casual, and I said it, and like it was our record, but it wasn't their record. It was something wrong. It was something extremely incorrect, and Daryl could on the broadcast say that's not right, it's this, and like just leaves it alone because he knows if he says something, people are gonna draw more attention to it. It was somebody's record, okay, because it was on my notes, but I didn't say it right. And in the commercial break, he looks at me, and not even just
It was Jonathan
like,
Taves, wasn't it?
No, that's another one.
That's
Okay,
another-
I'll say that one too. So he looks at me, and he didn't even say like that's incorrect. He just kind of had me like say it again. He's like, "What was that record that you said?" And I said, "We're 4-0-1 in the last 5." And he's like, "No, that was whatever." And I was like, "Oh no!" And he's like, "It's all good. We won't talk about it again." And I was like, "Okay, great." Like just so like has my back in the best way. So when numbers are challenging,
Well, I remember,
The
like
best teammate.
when I first started, like with Nick, when Nick was my partner for pretty much every year until he retired. Even though when he went to TV, we were doing a simulcast and things like that. But I always remember, like, if I had said something wrong in the intermission, or pardon me, in a timeout, he'd sit there, kind of give me the opportunity to correct myself.
Yeah.
As opposed to, if it's something real quick, like you need to get in there, like if there's going to be play going on for the next 5 minutes, you want to make sure it's accurate, or I might write it down, or he would write it down beside me, like on a paper, so
Slide
that way
it to
we
you.
could correct ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great way to do it, because believe me, we all make mistakes. I mean, and it's not that we don't know what we're doing. It's sometimes you'll be doing your research during the day, and you just might write it down wrong.
Yeah.
And you just
Brain's going too fast. Yeah.
just for whatever it is, and you just wrote it down wrong, and no, that's what it says. And you go, oh, nope, but it happens, and it will continue to happen.
Yeah.
But you got to play it off the right way.
Yeah, and
Yep.
he never ever will expose someone, make them feel less than. We'll just make a joke about it, like straight up. The Tavares situation, Taves Tavares. We're in Toronto and talking about Jonathan Tavares, and we're showing what it's called a billboard. You have like this shot of a player going to break, and it's like either a slow-mo or whatever, and all the music plays, and like we take you to commercial break, but I'm talking over it. And so I know what those are going to be. Those are on my rundown of who the player is and what it is and whatnot. And so we were just joking, and I was like, Tavares, like just saying that, like just joking, like Tavares. Some people say Tavares, like we're talking like this, whatever, and like it's Tavares, blah, blah, blah. And then with the confidence like no other, I was like, and there's Jonathan Taves, like just straight up, like full confidence, like from the bottom of my gut, like just heck yeah. And like Daryl says, like, it's not like you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I just said Tavares 30 times, like, between commercials or whatever. I know what I'm talking about. I know what he looks like. I know he plays for the Maple Leafs, whatever. And straight up, like, you just black out sometimes.
Yeah,
Your brain, like,
you do.
doesn't know what it's doing because you say so many words. And in the commercial break, he's just like, what? And I was like, what? Like, I still didn't even know what happened. And he's like, Taves? Taves? I was just like, oh no. And then leave it to my producer, Eric.
She's blonde.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Leave it to my producer, Eric, to just be like, it's fine. Don't mention it again. Don't bring it back up. I was like, all right. And then I think Foxy's usually watching the pre and post and all, or he's on the post game show, but he's usually watching and listening to pre too. And sometimes he'll pick up a nugget. Like I couldn't say defenseman one night, and I said like defender duo guy or something like that. I don't even know what it was, but it was like I was trying to say D pairs or defense pairs, but I almost said line, and it was like, again, your brain just shuts off.
Yeah.
Foxy remembered it and brought it, like he'll bring back a nugget in post game, but like kind of like
After a win.
After a win only, yeah. A playful jab of like, those D pair linemen, like just straight up like slides it in, and we're like, oh. It's always fun when that happens. But yeah, like if you are sitting at home thinking like, oh, they made a mistake, don't worry. We know we did. And we're talking about it in the commercial break. So
I get so nervous with names. Anytime we have a name in our script, I have Mikey do it, because if there is a right way to say something, even if I practice, I will say it the wrong way without fail.
I said a totally different person. I said a totally different person. Like straight up looked him in the eyes and called him a different name. Like
My first
hard.
broadcast, we're doing a game in Phoenix. And my very first broadcast is training camp. Everybody's got 80 guys in training camp. So we got notes that are like piled how high. I've got everybody's name that ever played. And game starts. Nick's going boom, boom, boom. I'm Doan over to so-and-so, over to Roenick, to here, to Nets Cash. I'm looking at my game notes. Who the hell's this Nets Cash guy? Like I'm looking, I got 80 names. I look right through. I got the guide record hockey book there. Like I'm flipping through, and Nick's looking at me, and I can see like he wants to say something, but of course he's calling the game. I'm still sitting there looking for this guy. Where the hell's this Nets Cash guy? Where is he? And first TV timeout comes. Before I even get a word out of his mouth, he's got his hand up like this. He goes, Nets Cash, right? And I go, yeah. I said, who the hell's this Nets Cash guy? And looked it up on the sheet. And he was from the Czech Republic. And his name was spelled Neckar. but pronounced Nets Cash.
Oh.
And right from there, I'm going like, you don't take any of these names for granted now. So now we ask for pronunciation and all that. But I still be looking for that guy on the sheet. But that was day one. That was day one, first broadcast.
Welcome to the NHL.
Yep.
Yeah, straight up. That's one of the hardest parts is pronunciation.
Yeah.
So you're not alone in that.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Well, last night I had to say, this is not a hockey name, but caulk the windows.
What?
Caulk?
Cock? The windows. Like,
I was trying to avoid that.
you don't say the L though.
I did, because I did not want to be saying another word to 18,000 people.
But if you're talking about cock, then you're literally talking about caulking a window. It's not wrong if that's the word.
I had to
You don't have to
repeat
say,
it.
everybody, there's an L in this word, okay?
I had to repeat it 10 times in the pregame meeting, and then before, I was having Patrick say it in my ear.
No!
So that I could. So I was like, it was for a Mercury Insurance pro tip trivia question. Like, when you move into a new house, what do you want to do? It was like, change the locks, caulk the windows.
I've never heard anyone say the L. Okay?
There's a first for everything.
I did, just because I didn't want to be saying something that sounded
The right
different.
word? The right word?
Caulk the windows.
No. Daryl.
Well, when you look at people's name Faulkner, that's the way it's pronounced. So
So you're saying we say the L?
on this show we do.
Caulk the
They
windows.
said they said afterwards, they were like, okay, that was a good job, Kayla. Trevor and Patrick both said.
Am I going to get beeped out because I can't say cock?
Just don't go into home renovations. That's all.
It's a totally normal thing to say, especially in the context given. Oh.
We've had some tricky things in the last few seasons that I always make Mikey say, because I'm like, I am not getting stuck messing that up.
Yeah.
I'm not going viral for this.
Man.
Not today.
But RoyalTea will. We will indeed. Daryl, when we end these episodes, we end on something called positivity.
Yes.
And it can be somebody that you want to shout out, something that you're looking forward to, or just a sentiment that you want to leave people with. What would your positivity be as we sign off here on this episode of RoyalTea?
Positivity, just life is not a rehearsal. Enjoy it.
Ah. Wow.
Punchy right to the point. Oh
You
my
don't mess
God.
around, do you?
Nope.
It's not a rehearsal.
Live it to its finest.
I feel like I need more practice at a lot of things, though. So it kind of is a rehearsal.
You
It's
can
like one
start
thing.
with the King's Run Club on Sunday mornings.
Right.
That's where it starts, right there.
Totally. I'll be there. No, wait, we're gone.
You've threatened for 18 years.
Has she ever showed up at all to one?
Maybe one. Maybe.
No. In her mind, maybe she won, but
Oh,
I've also made it a goal to go, and I have not.
yeah.
You always inspire me to run. I just am not a runner.
Come to Orange County.
you can walk. You can walk.
I'll do it in Orange County. You hold a session down there, and then maybe I'll come out of the house.
Oh, now it's a maybe. Went from
Yeah.
I'll be there till maybe I'll come out
If
if
you
you
go to
come down
Orange
there.
County, I'll maybe go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I run 40 miles to get down there, and then
Yeah.
can't get her out of the house.
Wait, real quick. I think I know what my positivity is going to be.
Okay.
Did you see the guy that
Yes.
ran
Yes.
From Anaheim?
from Crypto
Crypto
to
to
Anaheim?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Crypto
okay.
Anaheim. Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Alec. Do you know his Instagram handle?
I think
Phil,
Alec
do
left.
you know?
Wait, it's on the King's Instagram.
But what is his Instagram handle?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Hold on.
And he stopped. He stopped at a bunch of eateries along the way. Had a bite to eat. He had a good old time with it, but
Oh.
he made it. I think he made it with 5 hours to spare, if I recall correctly.
How long did it take him?
It went overnight. Just took his time going through the city streets and all that. He didn't take the freeway because he didn't want to get caught for speeding.
How long does it take me to find a post on Instagram?
Not as long as it took him to run to
We posted a
Anaheim.
lot.
Oh my God. Okay.
It was just a few days ago.
It was at the
Jerry
day
the
Saturday.
Goat She.
Saturday.
It's Jerry She, but Jerry the Goat She is his Instagram title, and he literally ran from Crypto to Anaheim.
How come you're so good in your
31
pronunciation there when you have to say literally?
Literally.
And yet when Kayla gives you a word, you can't pronounce it properly.
No. Oh man, he ate Takis, a cheese croissant.
He did it the right way.
Oh,
could
this
do
is
that with him.
fantastic content. Phil says he works in a different department
Yep.
than King's Productions, but I think he needs to switch departments because that was an epic capture of content.
Yep.
That's my positivity. Shout out to Jerry.
That's sick. That's a good one.
Yeah. What about you?
My positivity is, first of all, I don't know if you know this, but you and Carrlyn are going to teach me how to hockey stop at some point.
Yep.
And play hockey.
Daryl's going to
We're
teach
coaches, not magicians.
I'm good on skates.
She can stand.
I did ballet for 15 years. I can balance. I figure skated. I haven't.
How can
been in
I
hockey
trust that comment when somebody can't tell time?
That's very true. You have to see it.
We all have our own strengths in different areas.
You know what? We're looking forward to getting you on the ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
she has kindly volunteered the both of you to do that.
Yep.
And you know what? We'll show you how to do a RoyalTea stop.
Love it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This will be bonus footage.
A T stop is an actual stop.
Is it?
That was the play of words.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows what he's talking
I'll
about.
start writing for your show.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Wait, we have scripts?
Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
And then my other positivity is I'm going to shout out our pal Robert, who is an elevator attendant at Crypto and one of the VIP elevators. We just adore him.
Yes, we do.
And he has been sick in the hospital, and we miss him at games. So Mikey and I went to go visit him on Monday and try to lift his spirits, but we hope he gets well soon. He's on the mend, and we can't wait to see him back at Crypto soon. So shout out to Robert, sending you all of the love and positive vibes and prayers, and we need you better. So get better and get back at Crypto.
We love
Love
Robert.
Everyone
Yep.
misses Robert, and we played his Rangers, and he wasn't
That's his
there.
team.
That's his team, and he
Yes.
usually always goes as a fan, and he didn't get to. So anyway, we want him back ASAP.
You will never step in his elevator and feel like anything but so happy to see him and talk to him. He's just the perfect person for the job and like loves his job. We love Robert. Robert, we hope you're doing okay.
And if you have his number, send him a message,
Yes.
call him. He's bored in the hospital, so
Yes. Does he have a TV in there? We got to make
he
sure.
does.
Okay.
He has a TV. Yeah.
Okay, we got to make sure he can watch the games.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
All right, everybody. Teammates, thank you so much for joining us on this episode. Daryl, I feel like we just hit like the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more.
You have stories for days. We need you on like quarterly.
He once abandoned a car in the middle of the UK with a wrap of his face on it, didn't you? Was it?
What?
Did I get that one right? That's right?
Hitchhiked across London.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Of course
had to
he
be
did.
back. Oh my gosh, there's so many stories.
One
with
ride,
Daryl.
10 hours.
Crazy.
What?
Yep.
Absolutely not.
That's another tale, but 1 hour, one ride, 10 hours.
We'll have to get him on for another podcast because there are just endless stories with Daryl Evans. Thank you, teammates. We will see you next week on another episode of RoyalTea.
Bye.